Greetings. This is another Gullah Observation. And I'm just going to say this. I've been fortunate to be around some great people and have conversations with some great people. Of course, most of y'all know my mentor, Dr. Haynes Walton Jr., the Dean of Black Political Scientists. So that's why myself, Victor Cooper, and others, Brother Dwight down in McIntosh County, that Sean Warren, everyone, we came under Haynes Walton's wing. And he guided us to understand how we need to look at policies that affect people of color in particular first, then look at see how it impacts everyone else. Been around a man by the name of Dr. John Henry Clark. Had the pleasure to be around Dr. Clark. Some of you know Dr. Clark, and let you know about Dr. Clark. And some things I do right now is tied to that. Dr. Clark used to terrorize the young people when they said we were about this conscious movement. Dr. Clark would come and terrorize you because he even said something to me about my name. And then I got up in Dr. Clark's face and Brother Najee Enzi when they said, I know Jamal not about to attack Dr. Clark. Oh, guess you figured something out. I'm equal opportunity, doesn't matter. Been around Asa Hilliard. Been around Asa Hilliard 3 times and had conversations with Asa. And Asa actually gave us a directive to do something that we're still trying to work on. Then also being around Brother Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Yeah, y'all know Khalid. Khalid would call upon us here in Savannah to come handle his programs outside of here. Then also Bunny Rodriguez, the Gullah Omen up there in Pauley's Island, South Carolina. Queen Quet, yeah, great pride with regards to these people that I've been around. Able to talk to Hadith, Halim, Sister Carly, Sister Lisa, Sister Glenda. Been around them. See Leonard Jeffries here in Savannah, do a tour for Leonard Jeffries' family and also him on the program. Dr. Naeem Akbar. Dr. Naeem Akbar actually endorsed me when I ran for student government at Savannah State. Dr. Naeem Akbar, yes. So y'all know these great people I've been around. Dr. Tony Martin, who told me that he's been in Savannah for a long time, but only came in physically one time. Yeah, because it's a story here in Savannah. Also somebody else I throw out there, because people talk about him, W.W. Law. So we're here in Laurel Grove Cemetery. W.W. Law, Matthew Southall Brown, they will be out here cleaning up the graves here of our ancestors, their ancestors. Something that's interesting that I had experience with W.W. Law. Yeah, see, some of us have been around Law also, but we know Law in some other ways. Now, other people tout their relationship with Law. I knew Law also. And one experience I had right out here, one Saturday morning, we are out here, and I asked W.W. Law, I said, Mr. Law, Dr. Walton told us about in Savannah one time, they created a swimming pool for Caucasian children in the city of Savannah. But for black folks in Savannah, they dug up a swimming hole, created a swimming hole for black folks in Savannah and said that there was a minister that was appointed to now take a nickel from each black child that was going in that swimming hole. I said, Dr. Haynes Walton told us that in our classes at Savannah State. And he said that the minister was right here and W.W. Law was the one who provided the information. And so I asked Mr. Law, I said, Mr. Law, where was the swimming hole? Actually, I want to know the name of the minister, but Law would not give me the name of the minister. So I said to Law, I said, where was the swimming hole? And Law was just like this. He was like, so I'm looking at Law like, what is he doing? I said, where's the swimming hole at, Mr. Law? He kept doing like that. And I'm looking like, why he keep pointing? Then I finally look over there, I said, oh my God. Tompkins Center, the swimming pool at Tompkins Center. That was the swimming hole here in Savannah for black folks. What is this about? Equity and equality. City of Savannah said, well, we have a swimming hole for y'all going to swim. That was not about equity, but we give y'all some equality. Y'all just said, give you some equality. Not equality, inequality. And that's what happened in Savannah. That's what has gone on for so long. We have accepted inequality, no equity. And I gotta throw this out there to y'all. There's some things on the horizon in the city of Savannah. City of Savannah, oh, excuse me, I should say the government system here in the city of Savannah. There are going to be some people now trying to throw out there that we need to consolidate city government and county government. You know why? To weaken the black vote and the black strength in the city of Savannah right now. That's what's going to happen. I need y'all to understand it. That's what's about to happen. They're going to throw that. That's going to be one of the ways they're going to try to water stuff down. The Chamber of Commerce right now, they are shaking in their boots. In fact, they are saying that they need to invite the new the new council members to a conversation. That's what they're talking about. Because they understand that they have no control anymore because they have been this black elite in the city of Savannah that has always filtered, as someone else said, filtered our concerns. And so we have wound up with inequality, no equity, with a swimming hole and not a swimming pool. That we are not charged a nickel to go to a swimming hole. That happened in Savannah history. Law didn't want to bring it out. Just like right here, where we are, they call this the slave burial area. Guess what? You see these headstones over here? The majority of people who are out here were not held in captivity. These are the headstones from some of the bodies that were still over there on what we know as Whitfield Square. We know it as Calhoun Square, over in that area. They removed the headstones, but not all of the bodies. Some of them got removed. Like this woman right here. She is born in Port-au-Prince in IAT. Yeah, that's our story. No equality, no equity. We need to make sure we stand for equity right now. Oh, other thing happening. Kyla Brownsville, Can Park, Jackson Park. You all know what's happening. You all are getting letters right now. People saying, do you want to sell your property? You know what that's about. It's about now making sure that they will not have a changed majority in the city of Savannah. Right now, for the 2020 census, Savannah is going to be majority black. For 3 census right now, we have a majority black population. One of the few cities in the U.S. can go and say something like that with over 100,000 people. So they're not coming, trying to further gentrify, and they're not telling people, hey, do you want to sell your property? And some of you all are being gullible enough to even try to engage in that, not understand it. And when churches are selling properties in the black community to institutions here that are not paying taxes, that are gentrifying communities, guess what? You are causing harm to our community, and they got to stop. So it's not just residents right now, even churches are doing that, causing problems for our community, so then that way our people will no longer be there. And that's what we talk about, crime in our community. Again, that's a tactic, as I keep saying, of gentrification. But now let's look at another picture of this. How do we have something coming to us, again, that we dealt with years ago? Because when they talk about having a hub here for school children, Savannah County Board of Education, I think that the majority of children are children of color. And that Savannah has a significant poverty rate here. We have a high poverty rate when you look at other places. So that means we have poverty right here. And so we talking about creating a hub. Did we not have to, there's someone I remember having a conversation with years ago. His name is Otis Brock Jr. Otis Brock Jr., who worked for the Board of Education, he and I had this conversation. I told him, I said, Otis, we cannot have a hub. We cannot have our children going to the hubs to go to school. That puts an undue burden on us, on our children, on poor people here, Otis. So guess what? We stood up in Savannah. So now I hear things in the air, people still talking about having a hub. Why would we do something that when we said years ago that it was bad for us, especially poor people, lower income people, why would we not be the ones still saying it? The interesting thing, I tell you what happened. I remember being at Groves High School when they had one of the forums. Here's a black woman that I'm talking to saying that this is not good for us. She was touting how wonderful it was, who worked for the Board of Education. I'm saying, wait a minute. So you sell us out for your job? You sell out poor people? You sell out poor people for your job, for your family? And guess what? And here go these poor families. Now I got to struggle. They already got to struggle with kids getting up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning to go to schools across the city, across the county. Unfair. It is time for black folks to not deal with equity and not inequality. We are in positions right now to make change, and we refuse to do that. We refuse to make changes. Now, I got to throw this up too. Somebody else I was around who had the fortune and talked with him about stuff, Kwame Ture, better known as Stokely Carmichael for some of y'all. So they gave me this passion that y'all say I have, this purpose in my life. Being around them, hearing Dr. Clark go and talk about how we got to question the people. Dr. Walton saying the same thing. W.W. Law saying the same thing. And we do not fall for the madness. And so what happened, we are not being touted stuff to make us fall for the madness with regards to selling our properties. Churches giving up properties right there. Because Benny R. Mitchell told me years ago that they were putting pressure on the churches to sell property. Benny R. Mitchell and I had this conversation right there on MLK Jr. Boulevard, West Broad Street. Yeah. And so we're doing the same thing right now. And we expect us to be dead like our ancestors right here. We are not dead, we are alive. And this election right here in Savannah showed that we are alive, because we blew it when we had a supermajority on the council. But guess what right now? This is a new day, we keep telling people. So while we have even our other governments in the city of Savannah trying to oppress poor people here, guess what? That's not going to happen for the charter schools. So now here go the students. Now the charter schools are going to be impacted. Their families impacted. And we got poverty rampant in this county right here, in the city. It is shameful. We need to stand up. We need y'all to have your voices heard. We need to make sure that you all understand that. Do not tout the madness and the foolishness. Do not go along with it because that's your friend, or you knew their daddy, or you knew their mama, or they're your church member, they're your cousin. If they're not doing things that's helpful for all of us, then we need to stop it. Yeah, a swimming hole was dug for black folks in the city of Savannah. And black folks had to pay a nickel, kids had to pay a nickel to go to a swimming hole. And here go Caucasians in the city of Savannah has a swimming pool. This is during the time of segregation. Do you not understand about equity and equality? We need equity right now. We need our leadership in all positions. If you are a civil servant here, we need you to think about the issues, because that's what Dr. Haynes Walker told us. Look at how it impacts people of color first. Then go from there, especially when you know those people are poor. And you all are from the city of Savannah, from Chatham County. And I'm just throwing it out there to y'all. There's going to be a fight on our hands with regards to consolidating our governments right now, because that's the way they're going to think about trying to control it. There's going to be a fight on our hands to try to minimize the black population in the city of Savannah, so then that way people can tout their own interests. That's what's going on. They're fighting us right now, but you don't realize it, because you're so caught up into just the symbolic stuff. No more symbolic victories. We need tangible victories here in all aspects, on the city government, county government, board of education, and in the state. Now, presidential stuff, that's something separate, but that's what we need to be doing. And we are no longer dead, we are alive. And one thing was said by the Chicago Defender about a man by the name of Professor J.H.C. Butler, the principal of the West Broad Street School. They said that Butler's right here, and he caused many people to go up north. Butler, they said, labored in Savannah, Georgia under adverse conditions to uplift his people. And he endured the consequences of uplifting his people. Guess what? You got a bunch of Butlers around here right now. Oh my God, wait a minute. School called Butler Elementary. Oh my God, name for him. He fought for us. That legacy remains with us. Yeah, they are alive more than what you even realize. Yes. Peace and blessings.